Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up again and welcome you to another gameplay. Today we're going to be doing Walkerman, Act 1, Welcome to Midgard. Now this is a relatively new game, and it's supposed to be very beautiful. It's supposed to be creepy, it's supposed to be a little bit dark. The stuff that happens is supposed to be like, wow, check this out kind of thing. So I'm kind of excited. I guess it starts out looking like it's going to be a reader, but it's not. A lot of RPG elements and stuff, and it just looks really good. Now, I also know that there is an Act 2, so we're going to play Act 1 and see how it goes. And if you guys like it, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think. If you guys like it and want to see more, we'll play Act 2. Now, I do know that Act 2 is more polished, so everything that I just said about how this one is, it's going to be more in the next one. Creepier, darker, scarier, RPGer, if that's even a word. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. This is called Walkerman, Act 1, Welcome to Midgard. Let's sit back and enjoy the ride. Oh, I'm excited. It's going to be beautiful. I already know it. Alright, here we go. Ooh, beautiful forest scene. It kind of looks like an oil painting. I guess a lot of the game is going to look like oil paintings. The broad light of mid-afternoon drapes over the north, casting its rock-bound slopes in a brassy glow. And nestled in their shadow, the weald yawns, stretching up foothills and lapping at cliff sides, its old growth untouched by axe or spade, and now and then a birdsong warbles from the trees. The place is a memento from eons unwitnessed by man's eyes, nor named by his tongue, and it awaits only a time when this will be true again. A twig snaps underfoot. Birdie. And a pair of swifts take off from their perch, startled by the noise. They shoot across a clearing, their cries heralding the arrival of a boy. Oh, there he is. Don't eat the berries. The one winding his way between the trunks. He's thin but well-muscled, a farm boy's build, and breaking the brush has made his skin slick and breath heavy. At the edge of the tree line, he rakes a forearm across his brow, plastering a few loose strands of hair against his face, and sighs. Well, looks like I've gone and gotten my dumb ass lost, I mutter. A light breeze passes through the clearing, lifting a tousle of sweat-matted hair from my forehead. The feeling is refreshing, but it only lasts a moment. Even the temperate climate of a northern summer feels furnace-like beneath this leather hauberk. I pull down on the chest piece's collar, releasing a fume of swampy heat trapped inside, and after blowing a few breaths down my shirt, I set off for the far side of this unfamiliar glade. But the way south is thick with catch-me-kill-me vines. The thorn creepers have draped themselves from trunk to trunk with an almost spider-like malevolence. Oh, the joys of nature. Over vine and under vine I go, twisting my way through. The bite of the thorns reminds me that I'm a stranger in the weald, and unwanted here. And I reckon I should have stuck to the coast by noon, but the sun is already sinking towards the horizon. Briefly I consider turning back, but I doubt I could even find my homestead by now. I've probably just deviated a bit anyways. I do have a habit of letting my mind wander. Sounds like me. And I've got a funny way of imagining things, I know. Here we go. The hell? Alright, Jorgen, let's run over this one more time. Dad retakes his position, 20-some spaces upfield. Check your inventory. Okay. Oh, yeah, here's my inventory. What do I got? Look at these. A collection of 4 burnt bones, including skull, hip and wing, and rib. They're the remains of some indeterminable species of bird. The skull is too big for a chicken, but does not resemble a hawk. Newt claimed to have inherited these bones from another poacher, one who died walking the night. The bones are thoroughly burnt, and bits occasionally flake off. Ugh. Alright, so we got a bunch of bones. Coins. We got coins. I don't want to read all that. You guys probably don't want to hear all that. A platinum coin left over from Midgard's brief attempt at minting metal. Platinum is sometimes called fool's silver, owing to its overabundance in the north. Alright, so we got platinum, a bunch of it, and we got a sword, it looks like. A slip-me dagger with its blade snapped off just above the hilt. Okay, so why is there copies of everything? That's weird. The blade portion is missing and presumably lost on some foreign shore. Raiders used to carry these sidearms in case they tumbled to the ground with an opponent and needed to wrestle. Their thin design allows them to slip between the chunks of a hauberk or through the visor of a helm. The hilt is wrapped in goat leather, and the pommel is a faint attempt at decoration with brass. The blade itself is platinum like most raider weapons. Alright. I just checked my inventory. You got everything? Yes. I guess this is the tutorial because I can skip it, but I'm not going to. Yeah, Dad. Alright then, here I come, he announces. Throw one of them out and see what it does. So I can choose, okay. So I want to throw the bones, the coin, or the dagger. Let's throw the bones out. Maybe something weird will happen. I retrieve the wing from my pouch and lob it onto the grass. Dad circles around it and begins walking backwards. So, he asks over his shoulder, what made you think my rule about the bone is? He has to keep facing it, or I don't understand what's going on. It looks like when I throw a bone, he has to keep facing it. You gotta keep facing it? You got it. But that alone ain't gonna stop me, is it? You can't just trigger one rule and expect to trap him, you know. It's like how a smith grabs his metal with tongs and pins it between a hammer and an anvil. It takes a few tools. So go ahead and try another one. Alright, the coin. It lands at his feet with a soft thud. Dad backs up a few more steps to plant a boot on the item. And he continues awkwardly shuffling backwards, sliding across the ground with his foot, until he trips over himself. Shit. Well, you get the point, right? He hoists himself to his feet with a grunt. Don't bother with the third item. I'll just tell you what I was gonna do. I'd be facing towards the bone and try shuffling around with one foot on the coin and the other on the dagger. And I'd be having a hell of a time getting over here. Okay, so he always has to face the bone, and when the coin and the dagger are on the ground, he has to have a foot on each one of them. I don't know why, but that's what it's doing. And that's the way you want them, trapped in the rules like that. Don't take a swing at one until then. Mother of mercy, no. Not till it's so wrapped up in rules that it can't even blow a fart at you. Classy. It never hurts to be too cautious, so don't start rushing things once you think you got the upper hand. A lot of new guys bite like that, he says. Then his eyes trend upwards, and for a moment I think I'm about to lose him to another one of his spells. But he collects himself, shaking off the memories like a wet dog, and continues. And if you want to manipulate the rules, you're gonna need items. But not just any item. You want ones with a lot of properties. That's what triggers the rules. Everything is properties, Jorgen. Take them bones, for example. They got a couple. They're burnt. They're bones. They're from some kind of bird, and, well, we ain't got a clue what kind of bird they're from either. And that's a property, too. That can get kind of abstract. Not all properties need items either. They can be pretty much anything, from what you ate for breakfast to the color of your hair. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, the bones. One of my rules was that I'd have to keep facing towards burnt objects like those bones. So if you had another burnt item, like a used torch or something, that'd work as well. And that's how rules work, got it? Okay, so I don't understand why we have this, but I understand what he's saying. So learn what triggers its rules and then look for items with those properties? Yep, you got it. Sounds like a lot of trial and error to me. Now the coin and the dagger would both get the same kind of reaction from me. Namely, I'd have to keep a foot planted on each of them. So that means they must share the same kind of property, right? Yeah, they're both metal. He has to keep his foot on metal, I bet. What property do you think they both got? Check your inventory if you want. Men are killed for coin and weapons. They're both useless. That might be it. They're both made of platinum. I don't think the blade's made of platinum. I don't know. Let's check. Let's just check really quick to see if it says platinum. The blade itself is platinum. So yeah, that's it. They're both made of platinum. Both of them are full silver? Right. My rules was that I need to keep a foot planted on anything made of platinum. So, quick recap here. I need to keep facing anything burnt, and I had to keep a foot on anything made of platinum too. And that was enough to hamstring me. But I wouldn't have gotten a go at one if I was still shuffling around like that. You don't want it to be a fair fight. Trust me. I'll kick your butt. He exhales slowly, flapping his lips like a horse. Like that. Hopefully that at least gives you a general idea. There it is. That's my horse noise. Epic horse noises. But having an idea is one thing. Now the execution. That'll kill you. He laughs. I groan. At least it's only a few more days until I get away from his sense of humor. Yeah, the execution will kill you. Well, look at the artwork. The art is good on this. It was just a game to me then, I reckon, and the pouches a mere costume. The pouches, my dad gave them to me when I announced my intentions, joining the ranks of the men who walk the streets after dusk. Walkermen. Sometimes called pouchers, they aren't the stuff of legends or even the stuff of polite conversation. But folks will pay good coin for someone who knows how to handle the night, even if they don't enjoy seeing him during the day. So all these rules are probably for like fighting the supernatural and stuff, right? All the creepy stuff that's about to appear. Because there's something else out there when the sun goes down. Yep. Uh-oh. Something terrible. Beyond name, beyond mention, their existence is veiled by metaphor and followed swiftly by nervous token gestures. The strict etiquette coddles man's fragile mind. He can retreat indoors at dusk and pretend there's nothing out there, but he knows why the night puts him into shivers. One morning, someone will be gone, except for a pile of their clothes. That's all that's left when they're taken. And that's the only time anyone will go looking for a Walkerman. But nobody wants a poucher around for a moment longer than it takes for him to get the job done. The profession is an eyesore, a reminder of things better left ignored, and wicked rumors surround the walking trade. Rumors, but things better left ignored, or the walking trade? Let's see this one. Unending in number and myriad in form, each appearance of the weird being brings with it a wholly unique threat. They share only a few similarities between them. They only come out at night, and they can't enter buildings, sealed buildings, and it takes an ajar door or open window, and they're free to enter. Not just anyone can fight them either. Even the experienced poucher wouldn't stand a chance in a toe-to-toe confrontation. Walkermen are only capable because they specialize in their one weakness, the rules. They always follow rules, bizarre restrictions to their otherwise feral behavior. And one could wonder why. But why is a dangerous word. We know that they must follow the rules, and this is enough to defeat them. Okay. The walking trade? In short, Walkermen are supernatural rat catchers, an unsightly necessity. They come wearing pouches stuffed with odd bits and ends, anything that might manipulate a rule, and they serve as a warning too. Required by law, those dangling satchels and pouches that click and rattle and let everyone know who's around. Given the circumstances, one might wonder, and wonder rightly, what reasons I could have for wanting to walk the nights. And honestly, I have none to give.